interested in. Being a person who loves movies that have to do with space exploration, I was very excited to see First Man, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Now, warning for those who love fast-paced movies and hate slow-paced movies, First Man has exciting scenes, yes, it has those, but it's more about Neil Armstrong and the lead up to the moon landing that happens in 1969. That's why in the movie you see it go through the years leading up to that 1969, which worked for the movie because it's a focus and always has been a focus on Neil Armstrong and his lead up, what happened before the moon landing, how his decisions affected himself and those around him too. This is both a curse and a blessing because sometimes First Man can be so engrossing in its characters and its story and everything about First Man, but other times it can feel like it's going too slow. Sometimes there were scenes that I thought could have been cut down or reduced because the runtime, while it is a personal story and personal stories tend to be a little bit longer, I think 2 hours and 21 minutes is a little bit too much. One thing I did notice that I thought was a really amazing feat was the fact that there isn't much dialogue in this movie. Sure, you do have conversations here and there, but a lot of this movie is told through visual storytelling, whether that be the note showing in the beginning of the movie or the crew back at NASA over the radio telling Neil Armstrong over the radio directions and what's the status of his ship and things like that, which was only enhanced by the music that they used. Now, the way they used the music in this movie was very smart. The thing that they did was they chose when to have music and when not to have music. They also chose how high to put the music and how low to put the music. That was a very smart choice that helped this movie increase its atmosphere and its weight in scenes that needed weight and scenes that needed emotion to pull you into the movie, which worked for First Man. But not everything about this movie I loved. Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong wasn't bad per se, but it often felt lifeless. His dialogue towards people, while it was pretty decent, it really felt lifeless and like he didn't even want to be there. Whenever he was on screen, it was almost to the point of blandness, but when the plot required emotion, he did a fantastic job. So I don't know what was going on in this movie with Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong, but Ryan Gosling wasn't the standout for me actually. It was actually Claire Foy who actually played Neil Armstrong's wife. She was amazing in the role as Jeanette Armstrong, and it was a very top-notch acting and performance-wise. I loved every scene she was in, whether that be she was dealing with the kids or storming into NASA to demand her status of her husband when he was on the moon. The only major gripe I had with this movie is that it ended very strangely. It cut off in a strange spot, and I felt like there could have been more to the movie that they could have added. Now, the runtime is 2 hours and 21 minutes, so I get why they did that, but it felt kind of forced, and I think there should have been more. But that's just my opinion. Tell me your opinion down in the comment section below, because everyone has one, so tell me yours. And for more movie reviews, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.